Guys, Belle here. I just wanted to pop on while we actually have some afternoon sunshine here in England and do a quick flip through of my first week in my October daily journal. So I have tried to do October daily journals a couple of times, and usually I have used the Simple Stories binders that everyone was using. But I have found that I get a few days in, maybe a week in, and I just can't flow with them. They don't allow me to be as creative as I may like to be. So last year for my December daily, I actually used a junk journal for the first time. And when I was decided to do an October daily again this year, I thought, well, okay, I was looking in my bookcase where my journals and other things are, and I found my beautiful Maleficent journal made by the wonderful Dolly at Gipsy Paperie, and I'll link her channel down below. I received this in a swap, and she has a flip through on her channel, so please check it out. And she also has a flip through of the journal I made for her, which was a siren theme journal, because the theme for the swap was dark fairy tales. So I'll link that down below as well, as if you want to see it. So my journal is a sort of mix of prompts, memory keeping, anything I kind of want to put in there. And yeah, let's get started. So the front of my book is just, I haven't really done anything here. I'm still just keeping things I may use. But right here at the front is this beautiful little witch drawn by a friend of mine. She sent me this in some Halloween in Happy Mail a few years ago. In fact, she sent me a few little pieces in there, and I found her again whilst going through my stash for my journal and just thought, oh, she's perfect, absolutely perfect to go on here. In fact, you'll see quite a lot of my friend's artwork in this journal because I'm trying to use what I have. And just put spooky good, few die cuts, added a little tab and a little bead that again was actually given to me in some Halloween Happy Mail by someone. It's just beautiful. I don't know where she got the bead. It's gorgeous. So that's just the opening page. And here is day one. So I like to take a picture of what it looks like on October 1st for my journals, and this is a picture in my garden. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it was a horrible day. It was raining, torrential rain. In fact, we had flood warnings where I was. So this is just a picture of my garden. Behind, I added a little handmade tag and just wrote on the back about what the weather was like that day and what I did. So that's that. Actually, here you can see this whole bush here is my raspberry bush. And then behind that, I have a couple of fruit trees and an apple tree over there. So that's my garden. Also on Instagram, a lovely lady on there had a special in her shop for tarot happy mail, which I've never really heard of before. So she picks a few cards, sends them to you and gives you a reading. So I just added this bag onto the page. In here is the letter that she wrote me. It was wonderful. The fact that it arrived on October 1st was spooky and wonderful. And then she sent me the two cards, and I am in love with this card. I mean, the colours are just perfect for Halloween. So, whoops. So that was day one. Day two, I had a go at my first Memory Decks card. I am a Patreon of Serena Bee, and I'll link her YouTube channel down below for those of you who don't know her. Love her work. She introduced me to the concept of pastel Halloween a few years ago, and well, I just love the idea and concept, and I've made a lot of pastel Halloween crafts. She has a competition going on her Patreon to create a Halloween-faced Memory Decks card, or themed, and then she'll pick the winner at the end of the month on her Halloween party. And so I had a go. I don't have the punch die cut, so I had to sort of die cut it myself. And then I actually used, this is from her free kit for her Patreons this year, her Halloween kit, because she always has a free kit each month or a free printable, and just added some gems and twill and glossy accents and sparkly eyes. I wasn't actually that that happy with this one, so I actually made a different one for the swap. However, I thought should put it in here and keep a memory of it. So that just flips out, and on the back I've written about the challenge itself and what else we did, because also that day my son and I went shopping to our local shopping centre and checked out the new Halloween shop that's there. I don't know if you can see that. So he tried on some of the masks, and there's another one of him here in another mask. And then obviously, you know, I had to go into Disney and check out the Halloween collection, specifically their Maleficent stuff. And this is just a picture of me and him. That's why my hand's there. Yeah, at the shopping centre having a lovely day out. Just added some, this lace and everything was here beforehand. So just added some little decorations and number 2. And that was day 2. Woo! Day 3, my daughter came to visit, which was lovely. She recently moved into her own home in September, so we don't get to see her that often because it's about an hour away from where we live. But one of me and my daughter's traditions is we have all these shows we watch, and so she decided to come down, have dinner, stay, catch up, have a chat, watch some shows. And I just added a few die cuts here from some collections. I don't know if you can see that very well. Some washi, some gems, fabrics, little Belle and Tim Holtz potion there, some fabrics up here. And she's pulling that face because she absolutely hates it. All my kids know, oh, Mum and her camera, she's going to take another photo. And she was not in photo ready outfit, so she wasn't overtly happy, but she let me take it anyway. And in here is a little envelope just telling about what we did. And I have decoupaged a napkin on it and used a little die cut as a tab. And in here, my friend who did the witch, who's on the front of my journal, she has opened her own Etsy and she uploaded some of her digital stamps and then sent me some copies so I can have a play with them. So I just printed some off in miniature style so that I could actually put them in here and remember that she'd done that and keep that in this year's October daily. So that was day 3. Day 4. Now, as I say, this is full of memories, so there'll be some random things in here that, well. So day 4, woo! I started my YouTube channel, which is why it's got Boo up there, Bella Boo. Just some layering of paper here, some puffy star stickers, it's lovely, like shimmery. Oh, it's like a 3D. It's almost like a gem, but as a strip. Words aren't coming to me. This envelope was actually in the journal when I got it. It's from a page from a Maleficent book. And inside, when you open it up, I've just written about what happened that day and done a picture for my channel. Also that day, other than the fantastic starting my own channel, woohoo! RuPaul UK came on for the first time. Woo! I love RuPaul, and for it to be here in the UK is fantastic. So I just did a simple tag of all the contestants who are in the UK one, and then wrote about it on the back and took a picture of my favourite runway look, which was someone pretending to be the Queen on a stamp. Added some lace, some little like glittery twill up here, some little die cuts and gems, and wrote all about RuPaul UK. There will be random memories. This is my journal. Day 5 was probably even more random. It was Strictly Come Dancing movie week. Woo! Yes, I am a huge Strictly fan. You know it is October when Strictly Come Dancing is on the TV. And I mean, someone was Aladdin. There was a Pikachu Passo. I mean, the most random stuff. So obviously, I had to print off a picture of that. And this flips open, and underneath, I've just written about Strictly, and then done this little collage with some stickers. And the reason I did this collage is because I also spent that day, which was a Saturday, crafting whilst watching Scooby-Doo in the background, because I have been a huge Scooby-Doo fan since I was a child, and these images here just really remind me of that Scooby-Doo style. And then in here is just another little flip out where I have written all about Scooby-Doo, what I did, my October daily, added some little gems and a little tab and a little funky ghost. Yeah, so that was day 5. Over here I've got a witch's hat, which was again drawn by my friend and given to me in some happy mail. This lace was already on here in my book, and the reason this is here is because on day 6 I went to a witch's market. I've never been to this market before. It's quite near me, but I haven't really heard of it or been to it before. So there's a picture of me standing outside. It was basically in a little town hall with some stalls. Lovely people. I didn't actually really pick up much. It's the witch's market, so there's some netting behind this, which gives it some texture. Little witch there. And then I used stickers to just say witch's market. Best thing about the day was on the way there, going down these little country lanes in England, were these fields of pumpkins. I mean, it was just amazing to see all these British fields just covered in orange pumpkins. So I took some pictures of that. And in here is just a little bag with the writing of what happened. And inside I've kept the receipts and business cards of some of the things that I brought when I was at that witch's market. But it was really good, and if it's on next year, I'll definitely go back. Oh, and I made another tab, and this one has a little witch's hat hanging off it. So, yeah, that was day 6. And now finally day 7, we went shopping again at a little seaside town this time. In fact, the video of the haul, the craft haul that I did, this was one of the shops we went into. Which had these amazing, can you see that? Amazing Halloween boots and a whole collection of the most amazing Halloweeny Disney shoes. I mean, well, yes, I could have spent all day in there if I'm honest. The shoes were divine. They're by a company called Irregular Choice, and I love their shoes, but I've never been in a shop with this big a collection of them. So that's what I journaled about today, and then I just stamped, if the hat fits, get the matching shoes and broom, because it seemed appropriate. Some netting behind, some glittered cardstock. And then down here we have a little Tim Holtz ghost die cut and a little coffin for my number 7. And of course, Maleficent. This was actually a bag that was in the shop. And then here I just made a little tuck spot because this actually flips open. And underneath it says, a night to treat yourself. Because I thought, you know, shoes treat. And I added a little spider just there. And then this pulls out. It's a little embossed tag that I've then inked over, and I've just written all on the back about what we did that day and everything that we saw. Oh, and I've done some stitching and added some eyelets just there. So they are my days 1 to 7.